Today's video, we are watching a Silver Ana on PC, Silver 1 to be exact. I said, I have recently been trying to claw my way back into gold, and it's been difficult. This might be one of the most stressful games I have played this season, with being dove on by their tank and support later on in this game. Nevertheless, I stayed on Ana through the entire game and provided as much support for my team as I could, as my positioning was good for the most part, but for some instances, it could have been better. So you feel like you played good, but then bad, and then good. So it sounds like you think most of the stuff you did was good. So we're just gonna go with that. Wow. Do you ever notice with Ana, whenever you need to use your sleep dart, you have zero opportunity to use it? Like, you try to use it, you're like, nothing happens, and the moment you use your sleep dart and it's on a good sleep dart, you then need your sleep dart, you'll go 2.5 minutes where you don't even need to use it. The moment you use it, then you need your sleep dart 5 times. And you go, why couldn't you do that for 2 minutes? Why? Come on! That's why, be careful with the wall sleeps. Okay, so I do want to, I kind of want to get you in a good habit of something here. I want you to think about this because you talked about good positioning. When you get into an opportunity to get the point, set up in a spot where they can't kill you. An example would be directly behind you, and you know that little health pack room, like over where, like when you first attack and you go up there? Like, go play there. Hide back there. Make yourself unkillable, so that way, if or when they go for a retake, you were in a good spot. Now, imagine if right now 3 of them come to the point. Look where you are. They're gonna kill you easily. Little things like this is how you lose points. Like, your Orisa can get the point. Wonderful. The classic, I went to go heal my Orisa and accidentally killed one of them on the other team. The classic, I go to throw Ana grenade at a bunch of them in front of me and I accidentally nade my teammate. We're having all the classics right now, huh? Good nano target here, by the way, is your Echo. You could probably nano your Orisa for survivability, but I would nano your Echo or your Venture. Venture could probably get some good burst damage. Especially when I've been hearing that Venture's really good. What rank is this? Silver 1. Yeah, you can nano Orisa. That's a good nano. Good nano, by the way. Good, excellent choice there because that brings a bit more value to the Orisa ultimate after you lose that initial burst. This whole sequence was good. Nice job. You said no quick scopes is a problem. You think? I mean, you can always work on your quick scopes, but I'm not going to sit here and just tell them to use quick scopes all the time, right? Like, even I'll have good Ana games without having to quick scope. Really good Anas will absolutely quick scope, but that's something you add over time when you work on your mechanics, right? Yeah, quick scope is good to have, but like that's just gonna take time. Random sleep dart that didn't go anywhere.
Watch it. Enemy turret ahead.
Position, yep, that's position. Always try to concentrate on good position. Remember that when you're scoped in, it's hit scan. When you're not scoped in, it's projectile. So think like you have to lead your shot, but they also can't see your shot. So when you're scoped in, they can see the tracer, like the shot, where you're at. When you're unscoped, they don't know where you're at. So sometimes if you're close range or you're in, like in a unique spot, if you just unscope heal, they have no idea where you're shooting from. When you scope in, they can see exactly where you are because it's showing it on the screen. So that's like the difference between your unscoped and your scope. One's hit scan, one's projectile, one shows like your shots, one doesn't. Nice sleep. Good job. And that's why sometimes you can feel like your aim might be a little bit off sometimes when you're unscoped. If you learn to lead your shot a little bit more with it, it'll go a lot better. Obviously, the range is pretty large. Nice sleep. Much better sleep, too. By the way, when you go for those Ana grenades, I want you to think about... And it ended up working out. You got the value. But sometimes I want you to kind of think about what they can do to prevent your Ana grenade after you naded the Zarya. Granted, it was fine, but yeah. You don't have to be right behind the Rhine. This is the stuff I mean. You're not playing Cassidy. Just back up a little bit. Like I want you to think about it from their point of view. Okay? I don't mind the nano. We'll see how it goes. I don't mind it. I'm fine with it. You know, I will say, and something that you can really work on too, is your Ana grenades almost feel like you rely purely on like the splash to do something. But I can tell you this much: if you can work on your Ana grenades to be more accurate, you'll find even a bit more value. Because a lot of the time you'll be able to not only make sure you guarantee the burst heals onto your tank, but you can also guarantee that anybody on them will get purple. Is this where you start getting dove? Because so far, they haven't dove you outside of that last team fight, but that was more just because they had map control, so. Ah, there it is. Okay, that makes sense. Perfect. By the way, that right there, what you just did, is why positioning is so key. Do you see what happens when you're a bit further away and they have to really overextend? Stay with that positioning. If you keep playing close here, that dive will work more often because they have more opportunity for follow-up. Now, granted, there's the flip side of that where they can still 1v1 you, but I want you to be careful of that. Like, you see how your Honor Grenade missed your Rhine? Nicely. Good job. Do you see how it missed the Rhine? But, like, you got the Doom? You can get the best of both worlds of that where you get both. You see what I'm saying? So let me ask you this question. Because you said you thought your positioning was good, etc. Why are you up there? What's the point? You will guarantee win this team fight unless they make a crazy play if you're just set up in a good position. Instead, you leave it up to, like, the RNG of what happens here. What ended up happening was the Doom ulted. And because they ulted, like, there's that animation timing where, like, it doesn't be on the cart, and that's what happens. So, sightlines. Think about your Rhine. You're only thinking about this sightline. Look where your Rhine is. I want you to take a gander and look where your Rhine is. Look where your Rhine is. Look at the sight. I'm not saying that your Rhine played that well, but why are you set up like this? You're not even in a spot to heal your Rhine. So look at where your Rhine is, adjust your position accordingly to the best possible spot that also has range, and then give yourself a chance. That's not giving yourself a chance right there. Okay, that was a Nano grenade that was used. Positioning's not looking good so far. You're doing it again. You're going towards them. You're running toward. You're not thinking about where. Yeah, okay, perfect. You said you think you had good positioning. This is not good positioning. You're legit just playing in the middle of the open, asking to get rolled by them. You're not taking away angles. You're like, I'm in the middle of the point. Come find me. Your tank died. Back up a little bit. Go to a corner. Hide. Make it so they have to deep dive you so your team can help. This is not good positioning. Back up. Zero reason to push in now. Actually, wait, no, it's a 3v2. Okay, now back up. Back up. You're not. Just back up. Back up. There you go. I like this. Going up the stairs. Okay, you're in a decent spot now. I want you to understand this. There you go. Now play here. Play here. This is fine for now. I like this. Good LOS. Probably won't get rolled by an Ana. Or, I mean, a Widow. If they have one. They do have a Widow. This is fine. So far, so good. Sleep darts need some work. You're just using them randomly. And you drop down. All right, and here we go. Readjust your positioning. Even if you fall down and you're not in good position, stop. Just fall back a little bit. Go in a better spot. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Do you see this? You mentioned good positioning. You were in a great spot, and then you decide to drop down. But if that's the case, go to the next good position that's possible. Don't sit in the middle of the open. You're not playing Cassidy. You're playing Ana. You can play at maximum range if you need to keep your teammates alive. If your teammates go out of LOS, that's going to be on them, right? That's not good positioning. Again, you got to get better at that. You can nano your Diva here. It's actually a good nano. Or your Bastion. You need to do it sooner than later, though. You can't get snowballed out here. Okay, cart. Yeah, okay, making sure the cart is still... So what are you waiting on here with the nano? What was the decision here? Next turret form, nano your Bastion. Nope. Alright, just... at least your teammate... Yeah, okay. Remember, I want you to be a bit more proactive with your ultimate. Now, that nano was okay, but it wasn't necessary because you already won the team fight. That's why the fight before also helps you not have to overuse or use your ultimates at incorrect time. Just be careful of that. Well, just to pause for a second here, because I noticed somebody bring up a point in the chat. Tanks are still expecting to be healed a ton, and it's very common that you have like this domino effect where because a tank is getting rolled because of the new changes, they also think their supports aren't healing them, but in reality, a lot of supports are trying to heal them, but they just can't keep up with the poke damage, right? 20% healing reduction is a lot, and as a tank, if you keep taking that poke damage, you have to start to look at your position and more than trying to blame your supports. A lot of tanks are expecting a lot of heals right now, and it's really hard for a support player to be able to keep tanks up if they're not using good positioning. That's why I always stress the idea of like, you need to have good positioning, because your bad positioning as a tank isn't only affecting how your gameplay is, your support is going to struggle to keep you up. So even though it appears to you that like you're not getting healed, a lot of supports are trying to heal you. You just can't keep up. It's impossible. Just a little side note here, actually, since we're just talking randomly and ranting about random stuff. I don't mind what the DPS passive is meant to do. There just needs to be adjustments elsewhere. That's why they need to probably use like the passives that heroes have, especially for tanks, to find ways to insert reductions to what it's supposed to do. Add stuff in there to the passive that helps against the DPS passive, so you can keep the DPS passive, so it helps with those 1v1 duels. It makes it so, you know, you don't have the unkillable backline supports at times. But at the same time, give tanks some type of passive buff to help alleviate the issues that tank can have with that. Does that make sense? Good job putting some poke damage in here. By the way, decent position here. You have the health pack behind you. By the way, this is where I wanted you to play when you were on the other side. You have a health pack to your right. Be careful, though. Remember, to the left is where you're going to have the safety net. To the right is where you can heal. But if you're going to stay here the whole time, eventually you need to readjust. Like, now's your timing. You need to get out of here. You will get dove. Yep. Too late. Do you see what I'm saying? How, like, that's also timing based by you. So while you're in a good position, you're also there for too long. Like, good positioning can quickly become bad positioning, even if you stay in the same spot. Does that make sense? You said it's definitely there. Let me explain something, too. Let me kind of explain it in a minute here, because I think it's a better way to do it. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could still have good position, but it quickly becomes bad position, and that was your problem there. You ended up in the spot, and you survived, but, like, you made it a lot harder because your teammates felt like they had to go dive to save you. Your teammates go to save you. You're out of position, and you lose that. So, like, you mentioned you thought your position was good. I think your number one issue right now is your position. Yeah, we can talk about, like, your heals, your honor grenades, you know, quick scope, etc. Mechanics come with time. Believe it or not, it is your positioning. Doop. Nice sleep. Positioning. I know. I want you to focus. Back up into the corner. Don't do this. No. Just slightly. Just. If your Zarya wants to go in there and get rolled, it's on your Zarya. I just want you to get in the habit of good positioning. That's unlucky. Also, your positioning. Okay, I want to once again, like, point out to you, you don't need to sit there with your team stacked. And I know that you probably lose that team fight anyway, but you never know. Maybe you survive that because you're not stacked with your team. You're in a good spot to heal your teammates. You throw an honor grenade, you give you a purple 3, you eventually get nano, you keep your teammates alive, and boom. Now you have a winnable team fight. A winnable team fight. And just to talk about DPS passive a bit more, heroes like Mercy and Lifeweaver will feel it even more so, because like the whole design behind their kit is a lot of like keeping up your teammates. You can't go into like the mindset of like, oh, you just, that's it, like DPS passive, you can only just damage boost everybody now. Like, that's not gonna feel fun. So I wonder what changes they'll eventually make. Let's see how this defense goes. Remember, focus on good position in here. Yes. You're doing it right. Now you're an LOS of your tank too. You can heal your tank. Oh no. Right here's good. But let them know too. This is good. No, don't. No. Stop this. No. This doesn't matter. Go right. Stop doing this. Oh no. Oh, it's happening. I don't know why your Pharah's playing ground Pharah in their spawn. That's a whole different story. Your LOS and oh, this is to the right. Just stay in us. Just look. Well, yeah, technically health packs would cleanse. I think health packs cleanse the DPS passive too, right? Because like when you get a health pack, it cleanses off. So health packs are still good. Like, wasn't there a glitch for a while where like, not a glitch. Yeah, it was a glitch where like the Ash Dynamite wasn't being cleansed or something like that off the health pack. Positioning is key. You're playing in the middle of the point. You're not on the high ground. By the way, you said you were getting dove a lot. Am I wrong, or were they not getting dove a lot at all? You were just out of position constantly, so they were just finding you where everybody else was. Is that how I'm seeing it? Like you're like, this is good, and anytime you're here, you're not getting dove. This is good. But then you have this tendency to like move up with your team, and then you play like you're like playing like Cassidy. Nano your mercy. Just nano him. Yeah, I don't even mind that. That's actually, that right there is the correct play. That last team fight, just to give you an idea, your positioning is what enabled your team to have a good opportunity there. You want to put yourself in line of sight. The strength of Ana is the ability to position yourself well and to be able to use your cooldowns at that medium to long range efficiently. So you need to work on your Ana grenade throws, you need to work on your sleeps, and you also, most importantly, need to work on your positioning, because this was not an example of good positioning that you referenced in that. I want you to think about range, sight lines. Sight lines are what's in front of you, what you can see, what you can't. You want to find sight lines that are good for you, and you also want to find spots that are hard to dive. If you feel like you're getting dove as Ana and you're playing close, it's because you're not getting dove, you're just playing, imagine playing Cassidy there. The same thing would happen. You're not getting, they're just in front of you. That's what you need to work on. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below, you'll see my Discord. That is where you can do that. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat right below the webcam, so stop by if you haven't. Leave a comment, all that helps. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day/night.